Hello. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. I had to cut the last episode a little bit short because the stupid rain. Usually when it rains, my recordings get all messed up, so I had to cut short the recording just in case. So I think this might be the last confrontation of this episode. So we might start episode 4 in this same video. So let's continue. Well, oh, it's Gumshoe. I thought it was Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Sorry to keep you waiting. Speak of the devil. All right, we needed some evidence from Gumshoe. I think you have the test results, Detective. Yes, sir. The labs just got back to me. Hey. Oh my God, what's that? Detective, please, court is in session. Now then, am I right to assume that you are bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of? What? Hey, not fair! Why didn't anybody tell me about any of this? What is going on with my freaking capture card? 1 second. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea why my capture card decided it didn't want to work today. I just hope we don't get any more hiccups. So we continue. What? Hey, not fair! Why didn't anybody tell me about any of this? Oh, freak. There we go. Now stop being such a annoyance, capture card. Oh, yeah. It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What the? Why is everybody always helping you? I'm supposed to be the one in charge here! Mr. DeVest, I'm sorry I didn't involve you. But this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? Well, alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, what did the test have to tell us? You're not going to believe this, but the owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is Carmelo Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack. What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, it looks like my suspicions were correct. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Explain yourself. What is the significance of this blood to this case? It's only the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood lying right next to Mr. Frost's body. Overruled. Why would there be traces of your blood there, of all places, Mr. Gusto? If you won't answer, Her Honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar too. There were. And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh yeah! You're talking about what Delisha told us back then, right? What was it again? Did they ever? I've never tried ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious, except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. This, the salty bit. Is in the other photo you've got there. This bit, the armpit thing. Gemini's liar. Yeah. Yes, the liar, and only the liar, tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry. Very interesting. Then perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt on the liar come from? I think I have an idea. Where is it? A salt lamp.
Take that!
This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident. Incident, question mark. Indeed, and I believe that the salt that gave the liar its flavor came from just such a lamp. Mr. Von Karma had established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangaro's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost. And it was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangaro's room. Right, because the culprit had chucked a piece of chocolate with that on it into the little stream. Furthermore, aside from the liar, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either, so... I just understood. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. Hey, come to think of it. The lamps were found in Delicia's rooms were both the lamps we found on Delicia's room were both broken. The lamps appeared to be broken. Both are smashed, both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor? We never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but... Are we thinking maybe it had Gusta's blood on it at some point? Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police. So the killer needed to hide the blood somehow, and in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. And you are seriously suggesting that the liar was used to do just that? I am. I suspect that the bloody salt was somehow applied to the liar so that it could be hidden inside the case. Because, unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly. And so he waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the liar undetected. Then the reason he's here today is... 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminated evidence, or both could resurface one day. So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Cousteau, are you finally ready to admit it? That you are the one responsible for the IS-7 incident? Mr. Cousteau, it's all because of you that Samson... Huh? Cousteau. So, I finally got caught, huh? All these years later. Nobody came close back then, not even the big shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you. So you're admitting it? You admit it then, that you murdered Artie Frost?
Sure I do. I did it. I killed him.
Huh?
But he only had himself to blame.
Hmm? What do you mean by that?
He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost, we had a deal.
I don't know what was to give. Neutral voice. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto.
But I helped you. I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces.
Did you? And you can prove that, I suppose.
What do you... Wait, you were planning to betray me from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself. And like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either.
So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts.
Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I gave up everything to become the best. Everything. I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand.
You're right. I don't understand. Do you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or that you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things?
A man can afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. And in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why.
Why would you think that? What exactly happened to your son?
How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. And according to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either.
And you don't care? You're horrible! So, with his disappearance, so too went your chances of winning, correct?
Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that book. And that's when inspiration struck. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tangaro's room. It should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed and get out of there. But then, Frost showed up.
It's giving Math and Guard. I thought I might find you here. Stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, Oh, he's like he's like an Angard mixed with Richard Wellington.
Frost!
Was this a cure for taste disorders? Oh no, that's just so tragic. A confectioner who can't taste anything. What will people say?
If you tell anybody, I'll... Ah!
You what? You can even hit me, you miserable worm.
Why, you... Frost shot me hard when I went to punch him. Knocked me clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been when my blood got on it.
So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt.
When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped off all the bloodied bits. I dissolved those salt shavings in some flavored ice mixture and brushed it all over the harp.
And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish.
Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition.
So you decided you had to kill him.
Yeah, I guess I did. Why would I let him live? Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think?
So that was the impetus behind it all.
Anyway, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room. Went straight there once I'd figured out how I was going to hide the bloody part.
Inspired by all the ice sculpting tools lying about the place, I guess.
You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, figure I could use them to chip it off and grind it up. Once that was done, painting the stuff all over the art was easy.
But why Samson? Why did you have to frame him?
Hold it. Hold it. I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault, you and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and cloths back in Scump's room?
There is only one reason to plant the murder weapon in the room of another contestant. And that's to cast suspicion on that person. What? You tried to frame me, Ghosty Pants?
Yeah.
But why? Why poor old me?
I respected Tangaroa. He was the best, a true champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did.
Oh, Ghosty, how could you?
And had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangaroa was judging your room. That's when I'd sneak the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, Bout here found it before I had a chance to retrieve it.
I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all?
Ha! Why indeed?
Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Yeah, I think I have an idea. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Frost's body? To pass it off as an ice sculpture, to obscure the time of death, to hide the true crime scene. To obscure the time of death. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect.
Bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaroa's room while I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counting on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse.
I still don't get it though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all?
The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it, at least until it had fully frozen.
How awful! Using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind this murder.
Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got it out of his room. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have been arrested, let alone convicted.
You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson? I mean... kinda... It was all because I found the body? I mean, if she hadn't found the body, things would have gone his way. But at the same time, since she found the body before it was intended to be found, that's what got Mr. Tangaroa convicted, so...
Don't let him get inside your head, Jutes. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been the leash instead.
She would have been the one they arrested. Yeah, there would have been someone arrested, regardless of when the body be discovered. So, meh. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto. It didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. So then, Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Mr. Tangaroo under arrest in the absence of a body. I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you'd think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right? Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. But admitting it, that would have spoiled his perfect record. So, he kept it to himself, and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangaroo regardless. Shut up, phone, I'm recording! Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? Somebody spent 18 years in prison because of you.
Sticks and stones, girlie. Sticks and stones. What a jerk! I ought to arrest you right now, Paul.
I'm afraid I can allow you to do that, detective.
So you notice, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can lay a finger on me.
The case is as prescribed. What? Why? You just confessed to
murder! No idea, huh? Then I guess I'd better lay it out for you.
Because the statute of limitations has run out already. Damn it.
I killed Frost 18 years ago.
That's why he's admitting it so easily.
The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. You do the math. You can't arrest me. You think I'd have confessed otherwise?
Uh-huh. That's right! The statute of limitations is only 15 years! Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth?
Once the statute has expired, he can be charged, so...
But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that both Mr. Costa's confession and your deductions will have to be struck from the record, and that Mr. Tangaroo's conviction will remain in place.
But we've finally proven that the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. Even if we cannot arrest Mr. Gusto, surely Mr. Tangaroo has grounds for a retrial on that basis.
Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the goddess' judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine. So the committee means for the verdict from 18 years ago to stand no matter what. That's so unfair.
Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor.
There must be something we can do. Something to bring Mr. Gusto down. I have an idea. 18 years ago, the statute of limitations for murder in country is 15 years. Hold it! Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute may not have expired yet. Oh, I have an idea!
This ought to be good. Alright, I got nothing to hide. If there's something you want to ask, ask it.
Very well. Tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident.
Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from the book. And not so long after that, I went to Sing Fat to really buckle down and hone my craft. That explains a lot. We tried to contact you after the fact, but I guess you were long gone by then, huh? Could be. I left, let's see...
Oh, capture card, don't you start!
Around a year after the murder. It was before Tangaro's last day in court. Going to Senfa was the best.
Oh, a doggy!
Going to Senfa was the best thing I ever did. Flavor, design, I'm the full package now.
Objection!
And all of the bags of those whose lives you destroyed. What's an omelette without a few eggs, huh? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor. Nothing.
You're evil!
Sticks and stones, girlie. You can arrest me, and that's all that matters. I need more to work with. There has to be something I can get out of him. Maybe I can push him further on the statements he just made. Is there anything I should follow up on? His trainings and fun, Mr. Tangaro's final day in court.
No, he didn't. He wasn't there for the final court day, so his training in Senfa?
I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Senfa, if you wouldn't mind. Fine. I later went to Senfa to train, and I finally became the best in the world.
One moment.
Where is it? The statue suspend. Oh, the statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country.
You're screwed.
Objection!
The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. Which means that the time you spend abroad doesn't count toward the total time under the statute.
No way! So it's like someone hit boss while he was in Senfa?
It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet. But that will depend on how long you stayed in Senfa, Mr. Gusto. It was 3 years exactly.
Screw you.
3 years! Hold on! Nobody say anything until I've done the math. Fender!
18 minus 3, 15. We're just in time. We're just in time. Just like in
the 06! The murder happened 18 years back. The statute is 15 years, and the 3 years overseas.
15 plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means no way. The case, the statute of limitations runs out today. Mr. Edgeworth, you did it! The statute hasn't expired after all.
Oh, buddy, you were just 1 day away from freedom. Bingo! 18 years exactly. Glad you worked it out for yourself. He's just been stringing us along this whole time.
Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now.
I hate to break it to you, little sis, but IS-7 went down at the end of December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. If Gusto's stay in Senfa really lasted 3 years on the nose, it's not enough. We're a few months short.
Not enough? But...
What did I tell you? You can't touch me.
I forgot it wasn't December.
I hate to admit it, but he'd read the board when he made his confession. For some reason I thought it was December. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth.
If only the statute had been suspended for another year.
Ugh.
Those who would overturn the goddess of the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed.
There must be something I can do.
I knew it. Well, if the law can bring Mr. Gustav to justice, then no.
What are you thinking? No, Jude, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's no need to go adding to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here. Far from it. Because there's still a way we can nail him.
There is?
Alright, my Sarino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the case. Gustav overlooked one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongly about. Which is... he wasn't here. Oh, wait! He wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down that day is. Huh. Which means there's still one way left to us. Crack open your statutes for dummies there and take another look. 17 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. But if we make good use of that verdict now, we can make Gustav pay in full for what he's done. Fender, are you... Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson's my client, Miles, and I can bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. So, whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Bringing Mr. Costo to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So, should I raise an objection and play that card or not? Raise an objection. Heck, why not? My father and Mr. Punkarma. One sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow, the one that seeks to reveal the truth. This court has reached a final verdict. The record will state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty on all counts.
Objection!
Meow. No, Your Honor. Mr. Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty. And I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Now, to show Judge Cabell something that proves the statute of limitations hasn't yet expired. I have the feeling... is this one.
Take that!
Very well. Is there a particular page of the IS-7 case file you would like us to refer to? Case overview, victim data, suspect data. I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangaro was convicted as an accomplice. And it took around 1 year for his indictment to that verdict to be reached. Yes, that does seem to be the case. The book you gave us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country. And another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial.
What? Tangaroo was convicted as an accomplice?
Yup, guess you were in Senfa when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is clearly news to you. And no good news either, am I right?
But how can that be? Tangaroo was an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it.
Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. If you spend 3 years in Senfa, and your accomplice, Samson Tangaroo, was on trial for 1 year, it means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all.
Ah!
The goddess's judgment is infallible. But that of her servants, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry.
No! How could this? You were supposed to be...
18 years. That's a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto, and not a moment too soon.
Ah! But I finally the greatest. My brilliance has been recognized. I gave up everything for this. Everything. Even my son.
Yeah, the way you talk about your son now, it doesn't seem like you really care about him. More's the pity. But you can't run from the law forever, because the bills come due at last. Are you gonna explode? What is that? Oh! Ah! Whoa!
Mr. Wooster's all set for his trip downtown, sir.
Good. Which means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. Well, Jutes. I'm so sorry, everybody. I've caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bound. But those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return, on behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all. Start with those sculptures. Hey Jutes, you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. And there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Oh, she's crying. Oh, I'll be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender.
Sorry, man, but you're gonna come with me now.
Of course. Aww. Bye-bye. Judge Capel, why did you lie to us? Lie? What are you talking about? You imply that there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true.
Surely anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called one as soon as the body was found. I am under no obligation to answer such questions. And you clearly have no intention of doing so either. So... she's... I get the feeling she's been manipulated somehow. I'm not sure. Truly, you are proven to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. Okay. Now, I must be on my way. Blink twice if you're being manipulated. What the heck? And after you got the real killer and everything? Isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret that what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth. You're still here. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job. My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. The Best. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person. I don't get it. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you the best. That's going way over my head. I'm going home. What was that all about? Sebastian still has a lot to learn, is all. I'll see. Yes. I just wanted to say old Gregory Peckler would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. Darren, thanks for helping poor Sammy Popo. Of course.
Oh hey, the fireworks.
I hope my microphone isn't picking on that. Of course. I forgot you were still here. Hey Edgy, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kinda busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Verity go? Wow, you really weren't paying attention, were you? Though I am loath to admit it, Larry's sketches did come true for us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him that. No. Please with the glaring, will ya? Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. You totally were. You're just like your pop. He was a terrible liar too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. Need to fill Samson in on what went down today. You wanna come with? Yes, of course. Great! Then I'm coming too! Okay. I completely forgot about Larry. April 2nd, 4:56 p.m. Detention Center, Visitor's Room. So, what's Mr. Tangaroo like? I can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. Ah, that's kinda nice. That's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. Really? That sounds awesome. Do you think there will be any left for us to try? Didn't we find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? Could they have been some of Mr. Tangaroo's baked goods? Oh, he's here. Kami, what are you doing here? I heard you all were coming to see Mr. Tangaroo, so I volunteered to escort him. Hello, new friends. I am Samson Tangaroo. I completely forgot his voice. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service.
And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday.
It's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. But in the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroo. Mr. Fender has explained everything to me. Sure did. And now we are here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago. The truth. You did all that for me. Crazy kid dragged her brain for 18 years until she'd finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Mr. Tangaroo. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years after all. You think so? I guess I'd better show him. Oh, I know! Which piece of evidence is proof of the bond Mr. Tangaroo and Mr. Bound share? Is it the chocolate? Slightly melted. Okay, I think it's this one. Those chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did.
They're super delicious and sweet.
Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So that there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy.
Aww.
I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. I only wish we could hand them to you. Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later. Which would be a clear breach of prison policy. Not that I have the authority now to stop him anyway.
Ah, come on. Just a few chocolates.
Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Really, Paul? Because I look up to him a lot. He's my role model. You don't say. It seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Samson. Just a little longer. I should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years to get justice.
Aww.
Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather... Thank you. Truly.
Aww. Happy ending.
Well, kinda happy. Samson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. I'd better make sure there's something delicious on the table for when she finally walks through that door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy.
Ah.
The IS-7 incident. It's been 18 long years, but this case we inherited from my father is finally coming to a close. Hey Miles, thanks for today. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all. I simply made the call that felt right to me.
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted? We had to pretend that he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him. As his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, and I'm sure you will.
Wait a minute! Does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have gotten away scot-free?
Yep. It's what we folks in trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect.
Because of things like legal contradictions, right?
Yeah, but you never know. Things might change. The law's always evolving, just like us humans. Your Uncle Eddie and Malserino included, am I right? The potential for growth and change in people and the law, huh? So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer, sorry. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. And on that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. Bye. Oh, sorry. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts. But for now... Thanks again for today. I mean it. Bye-bye.
Did he seem kind of in a hurry to get out of here to you?
He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my father's final case. When I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. But then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a way to live. Good friends! And boyfriend! But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. I should write another note saying Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth just dead. See how Phoenix reacts to that one again. Well, April 2nd, Edgeworth and Co. Law Offices. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. Ah, it may have taken 18 years. But we're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. All thanks to your boy, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It was like I was watching you. Oh, look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were, but those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Ah, your boy will be joining me in that soon. Miles with his emotionally constipated face all the time. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor or help people in it? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose? I'm not... It's going alone, like passing text alone. I'm not pressing any buttons. Why would you do that thing? Hey! The end. Yeah, I'm going to stay here. And I don't have a lot of time for the next case, but you know what? I'm gonna start the next case. Why not? Let's go to the next case. Episode 4. A Turnabout Forsaken. In case Shadow is there. Let's go. Episode 4, A Turnabout Forsaken. I hereby call this meeting to order.
Oh, it's not. The committee is gathered here in the sight of the goddess to pass fair and fair judgment. The purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh, it was Gabelle. Ah. Are you... Huh? Why are you wearing that raincoat? What's going on? No! Wait, what? Did they kill my daughter? What did they do to my daughter? April 5th, 1:23 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. What's going to happen with Kay? What? Will you please stop pacing, detective? You're kicking up dust.
But I swept the floor 3 times already.
Then sweep it a 4th.
They're gonna take your badge, Mr. Edgeworth. How can you just stand there, cool as a cucumber?
We don't know for certain that they will.
Well, it sure seems like they mean to. Judge Gabelle pretty much spelled it out.
Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. She said that I would be called to appear before the committee, nothing more.
Well, I don't care. I will stand for it. What if we never get to work together again?
I'd have thought you would welcome the prospect, detective. After all, it would mean you could work with someone less problematic.
Don't say that, sir. I've never heard anyone except that stupid committee say you're problematic. You're not just looking for an excuse, are you? To become a defense attorney, I mean. Because I won't let you. You're Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Prosecutor! You hear?
To become a defense attorney, huh? The circumstances of my father's death set me on the path to becoming a prosecutor. But I'd only been interested in the law to begin with thanks to my father as well, and his work as a defense attorney. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you. Only one only you can answer.
Are you listening, Mr. Edgeworth? I said I won't let you do this.
Really, detective, there's no need to be so dramatic. Who knows? The next prosecutor you work with might be a little more lenient with your salary assessments.
Huh, really? So, no more instant noodles? I mean, no! What are you saying, sir? I don't care about any of that stuff.
But you thought about it, didn't you? If only for a moment.
We're busy here! Come back later!
Huh? What man? Hey there, is the prosecutor in? Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth?
Look, pal, what part of we're busy don't you get? Wait outside and I'll be with you in a bit.
Oh, that's not good. Your face is as red as a tomato. Red face, gritted teeth, let's see.
Yeah, I said we're busy.
Wait, that's it? Stomach cramps, right? Because he hasn't eaten anything. No need to worry. It's nothing an injection can cure. Now roll up your sleeve for me. It won't hurt much.
No thanks, pal. I'm healthy as can be.
And who might you be? Oh, Oh, sorry, I totally forgot to introduce myself, huh? The name's Needler. Oh, Florence Needler. I'm a nurse at Hearst Hospital. Thank God it's not Horry Clinic.
Well, nobody here is hurt, so are you sure you have the right room?
Yeah, you're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? Wow, those are some deep furrows in your brow. Are you feeling alright? Suffering from that severe headache? I could give you an injection that'll...
I'll be fine, thank you. Could you please just tell us what you're doing here?
Huh? Oh, sure. Well, it's like this. I brought somebody to see you. Wait right there. I'll go grab her. Her? Is it okay? Is she okay? Is my daughter okay?
Wait! That was more gumshoey. Too late. I wonder who she brought along. If she's here from hospital, maybe it's a patient? Someone you could downsize with your trademark rapier with.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
See, that right there, sir. When you glare at me like that, I lose the will to live. You don't want to send me to the hospital, do you?
Surely he's exaggerating. After all, that's the look I always give him, and nothing's happened so far. Huh? Sorry to keep you fellas waiting. Well, thoughts? No! What happened?
Thoughts on what?
Don't you recognize her? You don't recognize me?
There is something about her, something familiar.
Edgeworth! This had your name on it. So I thought, just maybe...
So you really did put somebody...
Don't be ridiculous, detective.
But look, sir, your name's right there on the card. Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, plain as day.
Be as it may. Why do none of you recognize her? I'm so sorry. What she's trying to say is she has amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes, at least that's what they told me. Her parents must be so worried about her. About that. I bet they've only been getting around 8 hours of sleep each night. You got a feel for them.
Do I though? Because that's quite a lot of sleep if you ask me. Whoa, tough break, but don't you worry, alright? Since you have this card, that means you really must know Mr. Edgeworth somehow. So just sit back and we'll take it from here, right sir?
At the very least, we might be able to help you figure out your identity. Really? Will you?
It's going to come down to what you remember, but yes. No, that's Mr. Edgeworth, I know. Don't worry, miss. You're as good as healed.
Let's not get carried away here, detective. I'm a prosecutor, remember? Not a miracle worker. What if I show you my attorney's, well, not my attorney's badge, just Phoenix, my prosecutor's badge? I'm sorry. I don't remember you well enough to accept a gift like that just yet.
That's alright. I wasn't offering it to you anyway.
Who are you? I know who she is.
Where do we even start? So, do you remember your name, miss?
I'm sorry. She's been like this since she came in yesterday.
So she's only been in the hospital for a day.
No way, that's amazing! How did you figure it out so fast?
Ugh. How can one person be so emotionally draining?
They found her wandering around late last night and brought her in. I wanted to help out, so I went through her stuff to see what I could find.
And did you find anything apart from my business card?
Nothing with her name or home address. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's how we recognize her, okay. She was wearing this. It's a pretty unique design, right?
This pin. What the heck? The Yatagarasu pin. Does that mean... But it can't be. Kay, is it really you?
Kay? Your name.
It's you, isn't it, Kay?
I'm... Kay?
Come on, Kay! You really don't remember? Look, it's me, Gummy! That's what you always call me.
Gummy? But you're an adult. That's so rude. I don't really call you that, do I? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I feel so guilty now. No.
What the heck happened to you? I've never seen you so polite.
No. I want my loud daughter back.
Being polite and sensitive is just not. Where's the Kay I know? You're nothing like her. Careful, detective. We wouldn't want her to get the wrong impression. You make it sound as if Kay isn't normally a polite or sensitive soul.
She's loud, but she's polite and sensitive. Just loud and energetic.
Know that he's wrong exactly, but...
So, what kind of person was I before?
Well, first of all, your full name is Kay Faraday. You're bright and fun and full of energy and... Oh, yeah, you're a great thief.
A great thief?
There's a little more to it than that, but yes. Thieves generally steal other people's valuables from their dressers or balls and...
Steal? But that must be so awful for the people I took things from. Not that kind of thief, but... Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was a criminal. Maybe I lost my memory as some sort of punishment?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I don't think that did her much good, sir.
You think? But it sure explains one thing. Look at these gloves. They're just the kind of person like that would wear.
Hey, that outfit!
This? It was she was wearing when they found her. But we had to get her to change out of it and put on hospital clothes, so that's why I have them.
There's something on this part here. Could it have something to do with how Kay lost her memory? I'll send the outfit over to forensics later and see what they can figure out. Please do, detective.
Boy, they really are some thiefy clothes, huh? I'm a criminal.
You may be a great thief, but you've never committed a crime in your life. Rest assured, you are no criminal.
If you say so.
Perhaps we'd better leave it there for now.
What happened to my kid? Memory loss. I'm getting sad. I'm sorry. I wish I could remember who you are. How do we know each other exactly?
Well, that is, how do I put it into words? Your prosecutor's Edgeworth assistant, and kind of adopted daughter, but, you know.
I am? So, a prosecutor is the head of some sort of great thief network then?
No, not quite.
We last saw Kay 2 days ago. Perhaps we should try to figure out what she's been doing since then. Was the pin the only item on her person when you received her, Nurse Needler? There were a few other things, but I doubt any of it will be of much use to you. I'll be the judge of that. Could you please show them to us? Well, alright then. In no particular order, I present...
Yummy Ninja Mask. Was she at a show or something?
A letter, and it's addressed to Kay. Next, a ticket stub. And finally...
A fake flower. The kind of people like to spruce up in their bathrooms with, though.
It's a corsage, detective, and they're usually worn by women. Huh. And that's all. And that's all. Sorry. So, anything useful in there?
Kinda hard to tell. Frankly, I'm not really seeing a connection between any of them.
I should take a closer look at each piece later when I have the chance. Yummy Ninja Mask, a mask model on the Yummy Ninja's face made of cheap plastic. A letter Kay was carrying, it is addressed to her. Step from a ticket granting it into the viewing platform on top of the big building. Magenta flower. A magenta flower made of fabric that is usually worn on the chest as a decoration. Ours is also known as a corsage.
Huh. This is bad. How do we get Kay's memory back? We can't just let her stay like this forever.
Calm down, detective. I have an idea.
You do? I knew you'd come to the rescue, sir. So, what is it?
Look closely at the ticket stub. Oh, it's for the viewing platform at the top of the big building.
The big building. You know the place?
Everybody knows it, silly. It's the hottest date spot in town. Why would Kay go there? They say that if a couple holds hands while they're out there, they'll stay together forever. Huh. This is yesterday's date, and the ticket is only valid on the day specified.
Plus, it's a stub. That means she used it, right?
But... I think it's a distinct possibility. Well, shall we go see what we can find?
Now? Just like that?
The only way to figure out how Kay lost her memory is to retrace her steps.
But what about your thing with the comedy?
Kay is more important. It's not for a little while yet. We have time. Great, so can I leave Kay with you? That would be for the best, but you don't mind, do you, Kay? Oh, of course not. Thank you. Alrighty then, back to work I go. If you need anything, feel free to give me a holler at Hearst Hospital, okay? I can come running with a syringe or 3, wherever you might happen to be. Yes, thank you. I doubt we'll be needing that particular service. Now then, detective, shall we get going? You too, Kay.
Yes, sir!
Yes, of course. It feels so weird. Why is she so quiet? And I'm gonna stop now because I just realized I've been recording for over an hour. Whoops. Alright, so I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next episode. I hope to record that soon because I want to know what happened to my daughter. So, bye bye!